My biggest value in business is impact. So if I'm living true to my values and I'm here to impact people, then I'm going to meet people with compassion and understanding, because you know what? I've defaulted on payment plans too. I've grown up with not a lot of money. I've had a lot of shitty money stories that I've had to rewrite. It's why I've created a course called Heal Your Money, because I'm a fucking expert in that shit. Welcome to the She Who Dares podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Wilson, the founder of She Who Dares. I'm a specialized breakthrough and mindset coach, business mentor, online course creator, and your number one no BS hype woman. I'm here to remind you who the fuck you are and reignite your personal power through powerful and expanding conversations on all things business, mindset, and energetics, to help you break through to your next level of success in all areas of your life, business, and bank account. Each episode is designed to expand your mind, shift your identity, raise your frequency, as well as give you success strategies to help you step into your highest, most powerful, abundant, successful, and magnetic you. So, I dare you to join me each episode, and I double dare you to implement what you learn and go all in on you. All in on your life, your business, your success. Because if you do, like so many of my She Who Dares clients and students, you will become everything that you know deep down you can be. Ready? Let's friggin' do this. Welcome back to the She Who Dares podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Wilson. Let's fucking do this. This episode actually came to me last night when I was having a conversation with a client. And I just felt that our entire interaction and some of the kind of dicey things that we have been navigating in our relationship together actually are so powerful and so important that I was like, you know what? I need to do a podcast episode on this, because I feel like so many of you who are running businesses and, generating income in your business, you're working with clients, this conversation I feel is going to help you. So let me give you some context. I have a client, and when I say client, I would actually say that she's a student. This particular woman has signed up for my course, Heal Your Money. So I have a course called Heal Your Money. It's a self-paced course and it's amazing. It's really powerful. It takes you through the process of actually healing your relationship with money, breaking free from scarcity so that you can actually learn how to activate abundance, in your life. Right? Anyway, so I did my last launch for Heal Your Money earlier this year in May. And this lovely lady signed up for the course. Now, when you have a course called Heal Your Money, which is about helping people to heal their relationship with money, you're attracting people who want to improve their relationship with money, which might indicate that they currently have a broken or a negative or even a toxic relationship with money. And I've been in business a long time. And over the last couple of years, I started to dibble dabble in Facebook ads. Before that, it was 100% organic. But I've used Facebook ads to grow my email list. And, when I'm doing a launch for a course, I might put ads up, which has been really great and interesting for business. So what's happened as well is I'm attracting people that I don't know. Wow. I would say the first kind of really 3 to 4 years of She Who Dares coaching, every single client or person who purchased a program or a course or a masterclass or entered anything in my world, I knew in some capacity. That could be, I don't know them intimately, but I knew them were already friends on Facebook, or they were in my She Who Dares free community, or they were a referral from another client. So there was only really 2 to 3, maybe 4 degrees of separation in the first 4 years of my business with any client or student coming into my world. However, over the last 2 years, as I've started to experiment with ads and grow my email list and put up ads for my launches of my courses, what's happened is I am casting a really wide net, and I started to get a lot of people that I don't know purchase my masterclasses, my courses, programs. Anyone that works with me in my kind of intimate one-to-one coaching, I 100% have a relationship with. I would never just work with somebody that I haven't connected with first. That's why I do discovery calls. That's why I offer the limited edition 111 calls, because before I commit to working with somebody in that intimate capacity, I absolutely want to energetically feel like we're aligned, that I can support you, that I can help you. However, in my courses and my programs and my masterclasses, now I have lots of people that I don't know joining. And so this particular woman fell into that category. So I didn't really know her, but we built a relationship and we got to know each other, which is just something that I do. Like if you buy something from me, I'm going to be in your inbox saying, hey, adding you as a friend, connecting with you. You know, will I always be able to do that as my business grows and scales? Probably not. However, it's in my nature. You know, if somebody buys my thing, my offer, my course, my masterclass, like I want to connect with you. I want to have a conversation. I want to send you a private message. And so this particular woman is kind of come in on that wave of people that I don't actually know. And she purchased Heal Your Money, and she was going through the course, and she was going through the course and having such incredible results and messaging me and sharing with me the shifts that she was having. You know, in Heal Your Money, we do a lot of deep generational money healing and looking at the timeline of your life and the generational money traumas that you've experienced, your family have experienced. Because when you work with me, we get to the root cause. We do deep, powerful work together. We don't do surface bullshit at She Who Dares. Anyway, so she's purchased Heal Your Money from me, and she's on a payment plan. I offered a long and extended payment plan for Heal Your Money last time. And we're coming towards the end of the payment plan. And this particular student of Heal Your Money defaulted. She defaulted on her payment plan. And I really wanted to share with you how I powerfully and compassionately chose to address this thing that happens in business. Right now, depending on where you are in your business, you may not have defaulting payments. As your business grows and scales, it's going to actually become a part of the business. So you're going to have like lots of conversations, lots of emails. You're going to have a team member helping you with it. It's a whole thing. And so I've definitely noticed over the last couple of years, like defaulting payment plans and missed payments take up a lot of time and energy in my business. I don't have a lot of them, but it happens. And I want to share with you how I recently dealt with a defaulted payment. So this particular client defaulted on a Heal Your Money payment. It happens. So we have a process. And my philosophy in business is kind, clear communication. Really important to me. I mean, just because somebody is defaulting on a payment plan doesn't mean that they don't deserve clear, kind communication and compassion. For me, that's really important. And I'll be honest with you guys, and I've spoken about this before. There was a time when I was a student and when I was a client where I was always took the payment plan, where that was the only way that I could get into these spaces and do this kind of work. There have been many times where I was pinching pennies and scrounging the back of the couch to fill up my car with petrol, freaking out how I was going to pay rent next week. Like I have overcome so much of my own money stuff, which is why I created the course Heal Your Money, because I've lived and breathed and I've swam in the depths of scarcity. And so now I get to teach having really, like I really know, right? I grew up in government housing. I grew up, getting our coats from the Smith family some winters. I get it. So when it comes to like missed or default payments in my business, depending on how the person responds will depend on how I choose. And I would say that I have a policy, as we should have in business. But for me, what feels really good is it's a person by case situation. I know there are a lot of coaches out there or people in business who are like, this is my policy and this is my boundary, and I don't budge or move from this no matter what. And I've heard some horror stories out there, of a real lack of compassion of how people have dealt with, defaulting payments or people needing to get out of payment plans and things like that. For me personally, I like to really manage each situation, person by person, context by context, and with the information that I have. And so this particular client was defaulting on her Heal Your Money payment. We send our standard clear and kind email. And that email is about, hey, you've missed a payment. It happens. And what I always like to do is I'm here, like I'm here. I want to help. But if you don't communicate with me, I can't help. So things happen in life. Let us know where you're at. We'd love to get you back on track. We'd love to fix this issue, but let us know what's going on. And I actually my team sent this email and we didn't hear anything. And, I'm friends with this lady on Facebook and my team are communicating back with me. We've sent the email. It's been this many days. We can see it's been open, but we've not received a response. And I'm like, that's okay. We're going to give it time. We're going to give it space. Like, I'm not going to cut her access off. Like, it would have to go down a few steps for me to get to that place, because my number one value in business is making an impact. And you just don't know what people are going through. And so I always, when I give people space and graciousness and compassion, first and foremost, always. We sent another email, a follow-up email, and then we got a response. And in this email, for me, it was more about, I could see that she had started the work and that she was getting all these incredible results, and then she'd stopped logging into the course. So I can see all of that in the back end. And so for me personally, as a course creator, a coach, a mentor, what was more heartbreaking to me than the fact that she'd missed her payment was actually that I knew the impact of Heal Your Money has had on the 50 plus students who have gone through it thus far. But I also knew the impact it was having on her. So what broke my heart most for her was the fact that she just lost her way. You know what I mean? Something had happened and she stopped doing the course, and now she was in her money shit. You know what I mean? She's missing and defaulting on her payment plan and she's avoiding these emails. So I'm seeing all of her money stuff come up. And I know that the antidote to that behavior is in the teachings of Heal Your Money. And so with leading with compassion and kindness and understanding, what I really wanted to do was help her get back into the course, right? Like, we'll figure out the money stuff, but we'll do that through the teachings and learnings in Heal Your Money. And so I said to her, look, I would really love for us to jump on a call. Like, my intention is to help shift whatever's coming up for you, this block, and get you back into Heal Your Money, because I know, wholeheartedly, hand on heart right now, I know that if you sign up to one of my courses, if you sign up to Heal Your Money, I know that if you finish that course, it'll have an incredible impact. It'll change your relationship with money. It'll be the only money course you ever have to do to heal your relationship with money. But here's the kicker: you've got to finish the fucking course, right? And that's sometimes the hard bit, because our self-sabotage and all the shit gets in the way. So we reached out and I said, let's jump on a call. Let's just do a 20-minute clarity call and let's clear this. Let's get back on track. And we've not spoken in months. Heal Your Money was in May. This was only last month. And she actually said to me, she's like, Crystal, I've wanted to message you so many times, but I just haven't known what to say. And she's like, I would appreciate so much to jump on a call with you. That would just mean so much to me, because she had previously, earlier this year, I did a limited edition $111 coaching session with me. So I don't offer one-off coaching sessions. And there's a big reason behind that, but I'm not going to get into that now. But earlier this year, I offered 10 spots, $111 a spot, and we would do an hour, 90-minute coaching session together, which is a great way for women who are kind of in the She Who Dares community, listening to the podcast, orbiting in my universe, who are like, oh, I'd love to experience working with Crystal, but are not ready to jump all the way in. It's a great way for us to connect and have a friggin' powerful time together. And I'm actually running it again at the moment. I just opened it up in November. As of right now, there are 7 spots available. I haven't done a lot of promoting for this. I launched it and then I got super busy with IVF and, I just kind of like had to just focus on the work that I currently have. But actually, until the end of the year, I'm offering, there's a limited amount of spots. I think there's 7 left. It's $111 a spot. These sessions are so powerful. So me and this client, she purchased Heal Your Money, and then in July, when I offered 10 of these spots, she snapped one of those up. At this session, she actually messaged me afterwards and she was like, Crystal, that was one of the most powerful hours of my life. However, she lost her way a little bit. And this is why I don't offer one-on-one, one-off sessions, because true, like powerful coaching transformation happens in consistency. So we can have this one session together and it'll be powerful. It'll kind of blow your mind, but you got to keep going, right? With the work and getting deeper. So she's missed her payment. She's defaulted. She's ignored a couple of emails, or it's just been overwhelming and she's trying to get back to it. She's asked if she can pay next month, which I was like, you know what? Absolutely. But my main concern right now is jumping on a call and helping you to get back into this course, because the money stuff that's coming up and you defaulting on your payment, the antidote to that is in the work in Heal Your Money. And so we did a 20-minute call that ended up going for probably well over an hour. And, we in that call, because of my coaching experience, because of my expertise, we were able to get to the root cause really quickly of why she'd stopped doing the course content in Heal Your Money, like all the big blocks that she was experiencing in her life. And she had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of identity stuff, a lot of like feeling like she was failing. And so my Heal Your Money payment that was meant to come out that defaulted was so much bigger than just that defaulting payment. And this is why I wanted to speak to this, because I feel like there's this real cutthroat in this industry. Like, you miss a payment, you're out. That's my boundary. That's my contract. You sign the terms and conditions. Boom, 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 boom. I personally prefer to run my business a little bit different, and it's case by case. And other people might have just cut her out of the course, but my intention is to help, right? Like, my biggest value in business is impact. So if I'm living true to my values and I'm here to impact people, then I'm going to meet people with compassion and understanding, because you know what? I've defaulted on payment plans too, right? I've grown up with not a lot of money. I've had a lot of shitty money stories that I've had to rewrite. It's why I've created a course called Heal Your Money, because I'm a fucking expert in that shit. And so we had our call, we got to the root cause, and the call was so powerful for her. I didn't charge her for this call. I didn't charge her for my timing. This is a woman who's defaulted on her payment plan, asked to pay me a month later, and now I'm like, let me give you my time. We spent well over an hour on a call together. We got to the root cause of what was going on. We had a really powerful coaching session, and I was able to help her shift her perspective. I was able to help her set some clear goals and plans, because there were some real big boulders that were blocking her success. So her not showing up in Heal Your Money and her defaulting on her payment plan might have been big issues in my business, but in her world, they were just one of many things going on that were blocking the flow of her alignment, her power, and her success. And we cleared that. And we had a really confronting conversation. And I gave her some tough love, not about the missed payment plan or, Heal Your Money. It was more about the other things that were going on in her life, that she was in a pattern of making the same decision and praying and hoping for a different result. And so we had some really powerful conversations that weren't easy to have, right? And this is why choosing the coach that's willing to go there with you is really fucking powerful, because in my world, like, we're going to have the tough conversation. We're going to pull a seat up to the mirror and we're going to face your bullshit together. And we're going to look at the parts of yourself, the patterns, the behaviors that are not serving you. And I'm going to help you see what you've not been willing to see before. So in the She Who Dares coaching world, there is nowhere to hide. So whether you're doing a 20-minute clarity call with me and you've defaulted on a payment, you're going to get that level of coaching, right? Because my highest value in business is impact. And so We had this call together. We worked out a situation for her payment plan, which she would fix up in a month. I wanted to give her extra time. It was less about that for me, though. And it was more about helping her to have a breakthrough, helping her to have a shift, because I believed in her and I could see that she was stuck in this suffering. And I just wanted to help give her a little mini breakthrough, because I knew that if I could do that, right, so much would unlock for her. Anyway, that was about a month ago. And one of the things that I asked her to do based on her goals and what she shared with me in this session was she has this idea for a second business. And one of the things that was stopping her from actually launching this second business, which she desperately needed, she needed the money. There was so many reasons, right, why she needed to actually launch this business. And guess what was holding her back was that the spare room in her house where she would facilitate this second business over the years had become their clutter room. And it had been months of her saying that she was going to clear it out. And so the fact that it had been months and she'd been wanting to clear out this room so that she could set up this business, so she could take clients, so she could make a second revenue, there was just so much resistance around actually actioning that. And it's so interesting. This is why coaching is so powerful, because she fed me that bullshit in our call. She was like, oh, I've just got to clear out the room, but it's just full of so much stuff. I can't do it. And I was like, hold on a second. Hold on. So how long have you been saying you want to clear out this room? And she was like, it's been a few months, right? And for her, that feels like a very valid reason and excuse as to why she has not started her business. And she's giving it to me, but we're facing the bullshit. So I'm like, okay, hold on. That's absolute bullshit. Like, what's really going on? Do you know what I mean? You could do a half an hour every night for the next week and you could have that room cleared out. So it's not about the room. That's the bullshit lie you're telling yourself as to why you haven't cleaned out the room, because there's a lot of clutter and you don't have time. And I was like, you need to make the time based on everything you share with me. It should be a top priority. So let's get to the real reason. And just confronting her with that uncomfortable truth, where I was not going to accept this excuse that she was giving to me because it didn't make any sense. It kind of like cracked her open and she was able to go, oh my God. And then she shared with me what that unlocked for her as to why there was so much inner resistance to clearing out this room so that she could start her passion project, so that she could start her business. Anyway, just this week, she sent me a photo of the room cleared, her new business set up in her room. And I was just so incredibly like proud of her and so happy for her, because cleaning out that room was much bigger than cleaning out the room. It wasn't really about the clutter in the room. You know what I'm saying? So she's cleaned out her room. And guess what? Last night she messaged me and she sent me a little video of her first client session that she's had. So she's got her first client, her first paying client. She's making big moves in her life. Things are shifting. And this has all happened because she defaulted on her payment plan with me. So can you imagine if I was like, my terms and conditions are like rock solid, like you've defaulted on your payment plan, you're out. Like some people are so strict that it's like you default in 3 days, 7 days, 5 days, they kick you out of the course and that's it. That's just not who I am. And the context is really important. Like I'd had a relationship with this woman. We'd done $111 call. You know, I'd seen the impact of the work that she had done in Heal Your Money, what it was having on her life. And so I reached out and was like, you've defaulted. And she was like, I really have been wanting to message you, because she came with me with, hey, you know, I'm having a tough time right now, which is, I wanted to create a space that she was safe to share that with me, because most people who are defaulting or struggling to pay, there's stuff going on. Like the payment plan for my course is not the most important thing in people's life. And my ego is not so fucking big that I believe that, right? And I want to meet people with compassion. So this particular woman purchased a course from me, defaulted on her payment plan. It took us a few emails to get her to respond to us. She was in complete shutdown mode, you know, completely avoidant mode of even addressing the emails. But because I met her with love, kindness, compassion, like I just want to help you, like let me help you. We were able to break through that, jump on what was meant to be a 20-minute call, got to the root cause, gave her well over an hour of my time for free from a place of pure service and wanting to impact her life and help her. Was such a powerful coaching session that she left that coaching session with a plan, and she actioned that plan and has now launched her business and has just had her first paying client. And she is not even a client of mine. She is a student of Heal Your Money, which is a self-paced course, powerful, amazing course. And you should absolutely, if you want to heal your relationship with money, I'll put the link in the bio for you. And I just was like, this is such a powerful, powerful story. It's a powerful story for many reasons because you're in business and people are going to default on payment plans. And like, I think what's really important is as a business owner, if somebody defaults on their payment plan, if somebody doesn't pay me, I don't make that mean anything about me. I don't even make it mean anything about them. I've been there. I get it. Paying me is not the most important thing in their lives. They've probably got lots of other things going on. And so I like to first come from the energy of how can I impact this person? What's going on in their life? How can I serve them? And my intention is, of course, I want them to keep their commitment of their payment plan. But my first step is how can I help? And I think this is a great example of how you can also manage these situations in your business. Now, I want to give you another story because that's a really positive story of how I was able to make an impact and now shift and make a positive impact in this woman's life. She's now making money in her second business. And I have no doubt that we'll work together in the future. And I'm excited for that as well because, she's, takes such incredible action. She's a mover. She's a shaker. I fully believe in her. Now, let me give you another example of another client. This is in 2022, another client who defaulted on their payment plan. They'd been a long-term client of mine. They defaulted. Because they had been a long-term client, same thing. I met them with as much love and compassion as I could, and which was actually every week for almost a month, just sending them one email. Hey, just reminding you, you've missed your payment. Here's the link to pay it. They never responded. They never acknowledged for over a month. And then when I was like, okay, I try to create some separation in my business between me and payments. So I have a team who kind of communicate that stuff. But after a certain time, if a person is not responding to emails from my VA, then I will send them a private message. And so it was like well into like a month of being ignored or not addressing the emails, which can happen when people have avoidant tendencies. And so I sent a message and I was like, hey, just wanted to touch base. I'm not sure whether you're aware, but this many days, weeks past your payment, let's make a plan. How can I help type thing? And it's so interesting how people react and respond differently. This particular client used that opportunity to attack me and said, how dare you message me and not even ask me how I am? And it's like, well, first of all, I check in with this person all the time. Sometimes you have clients where you give, and it's just never going to be enough. And so this particular client, when I reached out personally, actually flipped it and then attacked me and then went into every group chat they were in with other clients, every group course they'd done, and started to talk badly about me in my spaces. And so this is why it's a case by case basis for me, right? This particular client, they went so AWOL when they were only met with love, kindness, and compassion, because clear, kind communication is how I operate in business. Because they decided to go on the defense and attack me, I had to be really strong on my boundaries. And so with this particular client, it was a completely different reaction. And they got a completely different reaction from me, which was they were removed from every course, every email thing, everything. Because the minute you start to go into my coaching experiences, groups, message chats with other clients and tell lies about me, which aren't true, then I have to have a really strong boundary. And that's really sad. That breaks my heart because that's never the outcome I want. Do you know what I mean? That's absolutely never the outcome that I want. And I've only had to do that. I mean, I've coached hundreds of women and I've had hundreds of women come through my masterclasses, my courses, my programs. And literally, I've had two women that I've had to, like, you know what I mean, who've had a very trauma response in reacting to certain things and just kind of tried to go on the attack and the defense with me, that I've had to put up really strong boundaries with. And you know what? I've navigated all of those with love and compassion and understanding. Even this particular story where this woman decided to attack me and message like anyone that she knew was in my world. She was like messaging them saying how horrible I was, which was so interesting because for years she'd only talked about how much she adored me and the work we'd done together. It's so interesting how quickly people can flip. And I make that mean nothing about me. And I send her so much love. And she was in her stuff and I was just her punching bag that particular day. But I had to put up a really strong boundary. And so there are two examples of how I have chosen to handle situations where I'm navigating defaulted payments or people not paying. And to be honest with you, it rarely happens in my business, but I know that for a lot of my clients who have businesses, it can really rattle them. It can really feel like this means something bad. And it's just a part of business. And the more you grow, the more you're attracting people who you don't know. Like, you know, the first 4 years of my business, I don't think I had a single missed payment because everyone I had some form of relationship with. But as my business has grown over the last couple of years and I've scaled and I've used Facebook ads and I'm having like women I have no connection with at all buy my stuff, there's definitely been more management of payment plans. And I've had to navigate having conversations like this and figuring out how I want to run things in my business. And for me, yes, I have my terms and conditions and how my refunds and processes all operate in my business. But in saying that, I always like to look at it as a case by case basis, a person by person basis. And I always lead with first trying to understand because my ego is not that big. And I understand that the payment that they've missed is not probably the biggest issue in their life right now. And there's lots going on for them. And if I can always lead with, how can I help? Let's jump on a call. Let's get you back into action. Like if I can create a positive shift in their life there, then I know we'll figure out the payment. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal because making an impact in the lives of others, having clear, kind communication in business, always leading with love and compassion first and foremost is a value of mine. And that's how I like to choose to operate and run my business. Now, that may not work for you, but that's what works for me. And I sleep well of a night knowing that that's the level in which I operate in my business. And I feel like, yeah, that's just really true to me. So I hope you found this episode powerful. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. If you loved this episode, be sure to share that with me by leaving me a review and head over to the She Who Dares official Instagram account at She Who Dares Official, hit follow, slide into my DMs and share with me the impact this episode has had on you. And before you go, I'm going to leave you with this. The universe is responding to you. It is following your lead. You are the one who has to move first. And when you do, the whole universe will move with you because it's I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. That is our official She Who Dares mantra. I want you to write it down, put it on a mirror, and I want you to remind yourself of it every day. When I lead, the universe follows. When I move, the universe moves with me. When you follow this She Who Dares mantra, you are going to unlock the magic of the universe and you are stepping into your most powerful self. I can't wait to see you for the next episode. Thanks for being here.